It's been a long, hard season for the IPFW ladies basketball team, losers of 13 of their last 14 games. Chris Paul's team is trying to figure out a way to turn this thing around, but they're still in it when it comes to the conference tourney race. Hello, everybody, and welcome inside the Memorial Coliseum. I'm Tommy Schegler, along with Dave Skelton. And Dave, let's talk a little bit about this team. I just mentioned there have been struggles, but the opportunities still are out there.
Yeah, they've had a lot of difficulty on their inside game all year long. But the last 3 or 4 games, Eva Ivanovich has really come along.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about her. I mean, she's really, in the last 3 games, the Dons broke an 11-game losing streak 3 games ago with a win, and she was big in that win. It seems like throughout the course of the year, a lot of the struggles have been related to the struggles in the post.
Yeah, they've had a pretty good outside game and just needed that post game to come along and give them the total package.
It's going to be a fun day. It's Pink Out Day here at the Coliseum, the 2nd annual Pink Out Day for breast cancer awareness. So it's going to be a lot of fun. ORU, Oral Roberts, in the house is a team that the Dons lost to in the middle of January out at Oral Roberts.
And they're not out of reach. The Dons can take them today, get a good one, another one on Monday night, and they'll be right back in the hunt. IBFW
looking to get something going, we hope, to help them along the way today. Sit back and enjoy the game. We'll be back with a lot more when IBFW women's basketball returns.
You're not going out dressed like that.
New opinions are always suspected and usually opposed, without any other reason but because they are not already common. So just chill, Mom.
Citing John Locke is not going to get you out of this one.
Looks like somebody knows where history is happening. The Remnant Trust at IPFW, an exploration into the key ideas that have shaped the world we live in. Meet historical characters, attend lectures, films, and an exhibit of key books and writings. Find out more by logging on to remnanttrust.ipfw.edu.
Excellence lives here in northeastern Indiana. It's reflected in more than 200 nationally recognized degrees. It drives our Division I sports. It's alive in our campus life. Excellence has a name, IPFW. Around our campus, around the country, around the world. Excellence lives here. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
For Oral Roberts, number 1, Mariana Camargo. Number 4, Georgia Jones. Number 11, Janae Volker. Number 15, Noella Quintas. And number 43, Mona Pegoria.
All right, and then for IPFW?
For the Dons, they'll go with number 12, Sarah Haluska. Number 14, Courtney Reed. Number 23, Jordan Zoop. number 32, Chelsea Jackson, and number 42, Eva Ivanova.
All right, they start to go over the starting lineups here on the floor. And let's talk a little bit about some of the keys to the game, Dave. I mean, we talked a little bit. I just got done speaking with head coach Chris Paul. He said kind of what we talked about in the pregame. The post is the key. The way that Eva Ivanova goes is the way that this IBFW team goes.
Because she'll have to help take some pressure off of those outside players, or they'll never get the ball. It's been one of those games where, or will be, I think, where the rebounding will be key.
Yeah, the Dons have only out-rebounded their opponent 4 times this year. They're 2-2 in those games, so they've done well when they've been able to get on the boards. That obviously will be another huge key today.
It'll be a big key, yeah.
And we've talked a little bit about Ivanova. She set a new career high with 22 points while missing a double-double by just 1 rebound with 9 the last time out for IPFW. So that was an 83-56 loss to 19th-ranked South Dakota State. But when you look at some of these games, another thing that Chris Paul just said to me is, you know, we got a young team that's trying to figure out a way to get it done and trying to figure out a way to win games. You look up and down, while you see a lot of losses on this schedule, a lot of the losses are very close. They're in most of these games.
Yeah, I was looking over their season a day or so ago, and they've lost about 10 games by less than 10 points.
Yeah, so, you know, I mean, when you're right in it, it's just a matter of being able to finally get it done down the stretch. And when you have a young team, you hope that at this time of the year, as we come down the stretch, they can figure it out. As we discussed, there is potential still to make the Summit League tournament. While they're only 2-9 right now in the Summit League, you have to be in the top 8. Right now they are in last place. But one of the teams that sits right above them is this ORU team. They sit in 7th place overall at 4-6 in the league. So they're about 3 games up on IPFW. And now is when the Dons need to try to get a win and get back into this Summit League race.
And getting that opening tip is a good start.
All right, first possession, no good on the jumper. And here comes ORU the other way. Ball on the floor and jump ball right away. Chris Paul's gonna like that. It'll stay with ORU. Reset of the shot clock for the Golden Eagles, and we'll set things back up. The Dons missed on their first attempt from the floor. And this is the first possession for ORU. And rattling around, that's Pegarari. Mona Pegarari gets the first bucket for ORU. They try to go down inside to Ivanova, and Eva gets the ball taken away. Now running the other way, up ahead, saving it from going out of bounds. Fight for the loose ball. Quintus ties it up, and we go the other way on another jump ball for the Dons.
Nearly a touchdown pass there for the Golden Eagles as they went down the floor.
Bring the ball up. This is Courtney Reed, now left side to Jordan Zoop. Zoop has struggled throughout the year in her sophomore campaign. To the lane, lob pass way too high. That time thrown away by Chelsea Jackson.
And turnovers have been a little bit uncharacteristic of the Dons this year, but they've had a couple early.
Mariana Camargo misses on the lay-in, but an offensive rebound. Here's that rebounding we've been talking about, Doc. We want to keep an eye on that.
At both ends of the floor, the Dons need to be very active on the boards.
Camargo into the lane. She comes up empty. Here come the Dons the other way. Almost a double dribble.
Might have gotten away with one.
Yeah, I think she actually did, but we'll take it. 3 on the way. No good off back iron for Reed. And once again, 1 and done for the Dons. We head the other way. Here's Camargo.
She's another senior player, and ORU has a couple of seniors that are giving them strong leadership.
Well, 5'11" at the point position or handling the ball most of the time. Ball on the floor again. And we have our third jump ball already. This one will stay with ORU. Opening portions of the game, 2-0 ORU. And checking in right now, Pegarari comes out of the game for ORU. Crystal Turner also checking in, and coming out of the game is Noella Quintus. Tina Moen will be first off the bench for Chris Paul as Jordan Zook comes out. She seems to be breathing quite heavily and kind of favoring her one side a little bit. She's checking in with the trainer. Keep an eye on that. She's definitely being tended to, but it's kind of hard to see exactly what they're looking at. It may be a hand, actually, or her wrist. And a walk right there is...
Again, the turnovers have been uncharacteristic of the Dons. They've been pretty good in that department.
Sarah Haluska just kind of fell asleep there on the perimeter, took one extra step as she received the pass.
Kind of a unique feature at the moment. Oral Roberts has 3 players on the floor right now from England. 2 freshmen, or in fact, they're all 3 freshmen.
Foul underneath. That is going to go on Tina Moen, fresh into the game. First foul of the game. Crystal Turner heads to the line now for ORU. And first one is right in there, so another point here for the Golden Eagles. Jordan Pyle checks in.
Free throw shooting has not been a strength for Oral Roberts this year. They're 10th in the conference out of 10 teams.
And the second one is way off, but offensive rebound. There's another offensive rebound. Coming down with it is Dominique Allen, who's fresh into the game. And she loses it on the post entry. Coming back the other way, this is Reed. Reed finds the corner, can't hit on the runner.
Nice move, couldn't get the shot to fall.
Georgia Jones kicks it left side. Here's Turner. Down low, and walking is going to be the call. That's on Jordan Pyle, also fresh into the ball game. And Jordan Zook appears to be ready to come back into the game the next dead ball.
Along with Samantha Edwards, senior, who's been hurt most of the year.
All right, so Reed comes right side, looks it over. Three-pointer is on the way, no good for Haluska. Fight for the rebound, putback attempt is no good.
And another rebound pulled out by Tina Moen, so they're getting on the boards.
Ivanova was the one that kept it alive originally. Moen continues to play. So 2 quick offensive boards. Haluska from the foul line, no, short. And Moen fighting down low. We got another jump ball. How often are you going to see 4 jump balls in the first 4 minutes of the game? All right, so Eva Ivanova comes out, as well as Reed. And as we mentioned, Samantha Edwards, who's been hurt for most of the year, and Jordan Zook coming back into the ball game. Here is Zook. Zook over to... That's Chelsea Jackson. Jackson is able to hit the medium range J. So the Dons are first 2 of the game, and they're down 3-2 here early on. High post, down low, and getting the bucket down low is Jordan Pyle.
Nice high-low move.
Moen out in front of everybody, and one! Wow. High off glass, bank shot. That was pretty.
Tina Moen is another player for the Dons that have been playing much better the last half a dozen games.
All right, first timeout on the floor. We will take it with them right now. The Dons down 1. Tina Moen will be at the line when we come back.
This isn't mine.
Men often oppose a thing merely because they've had no agency in planning it, or because it may have been planned by those whom they dislike.
Looks like somebody knows where history is happening. The Remnant Trust at IPFW. It's an exploration of the great ideas that have shaped the world we live in. Meet historical characters, attend lectures, films, and an exhibit of more than 50 key books and writings. So, will that be paper or plastic? Log on to remnanttrust.ipfw.edu.
Life is good, but with a master's degree from IPFW, it could be even better. You could land a promotion, earn more money, become a leader in your field. And IPFW makes it easy, with affordable tuition, night and weekend classes, and more than 20 graduate programs from business to education to public affairs and more. Become the master of your future. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne, your graduate university.
All right, back inside the Coliseum. Tina Moen going to head to the line. And the Dons really cold early on. 25% from the floor in the first 4+ minutes of this ball game, but Moen still has a chance and does tie this one up. Looking at that ever-important rebounding battle, the Dons being out-rebounded right now just by 1, 6-5.
And turnovers are even at 3 apiece.
Janae Volker gets the bank shot and puts the Golden Eagles back up by 2. Here's Jackson getting a high screen to the foul line. Kicks it out. Zoop! 3 on the way is no good, not even close, as it goes offside of the iron. Jones working against Zoop. Crossover, gets into the lane, and Jones probably should have taken that by herself.
Yeah, she got in awfully tight.
Baseline jumper is no good for Noella Quintas. And ball lost out of bounds. It's going to stay with ORU.
Volker for Oral Roberts, I think, is the second leading scorer in the conference.
All right, so here we go. ORU going back to work. We're in the early portions of this game, and a whistle away from the ball. Going to go against Samantha Edwards. Her first, second team for IBFW. Edwards will now come out. Ivanova going to check back in, so a couple of good minutes to give Ivanova a breather. Chelsea Jackson also checking out, and Courtney Reed back in for the Dons. Driving to the basket is Volker. She's high, no good off the bank shot. Here comes Zoop. She finds the sideline into the front court. Here's Haluska, and Haluska called for a walk. She didn't like that call.
That's turnover number 5 for the Dons.
Sarah's got a very interesting thing going on with her calves. She's kind of gotten into the pink out mode and has some pink tape going all the way up the sides of her legs.
That new athletic tape.
Interesting look. All right, here's Volker into the lane, guarded by Moen. Now Jones. Jones trying to get open. Peguori.
Good defense by the Dons, not letting Oral Roberts move to the basket.
4 on the shot clock. Pryor's got to throw up a prayer, and it falls. Amy Pryor, a 5'4" junior out of Norman, Oklahoma, gives ORU a 9-5 lead in this one. And here's Reed. Reed getting a screen from Moen. Almost had her pass taken away, but here's Zoop. Another 3-ball and an air ball this time. And the struggles for Zoop just continue.
Yeah. Oral Roberts keeps the substitution process very active.
Yep.
2 or 3 players every dead ball.
Yep, they're shuffling them in pretty good right now, in and out. 9-5, Don's got to try to get a stop here and stop the bleeding. There's been no consistent offense to this point. Camargo kicking out. Pryor, another 3, off back iron, no good. And Moen comes down with it. Here come the Dons, man Moore. Moen, back to Reed. Moen gonna take the 3, and it goes!
In and out and back in again.
All right, so that gets the Dons back into this thing at 9-8. And foul away from the ball. Actually, 3-second call away from the ball.
Yeah,
So
we've seen just about everything.
yeah, we have. We're getting them all in. All right, Dons can take the lead on this possession. Here comes Reed into the front court. Mowing in between the rings, now over to the Reed. Cross court, Zoop, another three is good this time.
Well, she's got confidence in that shot. She'll stay with it.
So Zoop gets it going and gives the Dons their first lead of the day at 11-9. And a walk going to be called on Mariana Camargo. So a turnover goes back over to the Dons, and they got it going right now.
And that's turnover number 5 for Oral Roberts, so the teams are tied up.
After starting 0 for 3, or 0 for 4, I should say, from behind the arc, they've hit their last 2. Here's Zoop, bounce pass, down low, Ebenova, kick out. Reed tries to make it 3 for 3. And the Dons starting to light it up, 14-9. They build the lead to 5. Camargo kicks it left side. This is Pryor. Gets a screen, high side from Pegarari, and hits the baseline J.
Amy Pryor.
Nice little jump shot that Amy Pryor has. On the floor, ball, and let's call it 5 jump balls. This one's going to stay with IPFW as Quintus, Jones, and Pegarari all come back into the game. All right, 14-11, 12-minute mark coming upon us here in the first half from the Memorial Coliseum. Second annual Pink Out Day for breast cancer awareness. Here's Quintus into the lane. Short on the shot. Ebenova comes up with it. Zoop thought about the 3. Now she pulls the trigger short. Barely drew iron. That was probably an ill-advised shot.
Yeah, it might have been tipped just slightly by the defense. Both teams playing a pretty good man-to-man defense. It makes it tough to get inside.
Pegarari out on the perimeter, hands off to Jones, 10 on the shot clock. They're looking down low, trying to get it into Volker, 5 on the shot clock. Jones got to do something. Gets a high screen around the back, into the lane, no good. And Ebenova comes down with the board. So Ebenova starting to hit the glass. Here's Zoop. Zoop nails the 3. And timeout called by ORU as IPFW has taken a 17-11 lead, largely due to some red-hot outside shooting by Jordan Zoop.
The three-point shooting, and the Dons have also taken rebounding lead.
All right, we'll stay here for the timeout. Let's take a look at some of the stats as IPFW has really started to heat up from behind the arc.
And they've taken a 10-8 lead in the rebounding, and they were behind in that early in the game.
Turnovers are about even after some early turnovers from the Dons. ORU starting to catch up now. It's a 6-5 lead still in that category for IPFW. But they started out very cold from behind the arc. They've hit 4 of the last 5, and that really has been the difference in what has made them build this 6-point lead. All right, back on to live action now. Volker on the wing. Now gets it up top. That's Camargo. Camargo down low. Pegarari. She gets a nice kick out 3 on the way. Is good by Georgia Jones. Can't leave him that wide open.
Georgia Jones, a good little freshman point guard.
Dons quickly into the front court, but ORU gets back. Zoop thought about the three, now thinks instead of taking the screen by Moen, and now gets it down to Ivanova. Turnaround shot is good. Nice little touch. Nice touch.
Yep.
Oh, Nan Moore takes a shot right at midcourt. No foul call. Pegarari rattles one home from the block. All right, here's Reed in between the rings. Gets it left side over to Zoop. Zoop now handoff to Moore. Looking down low. Tina Moen trying to set up down in the lane. Now comes out for the screen. Reed into the lane. Right-hander goes. Both teams trading baskets back and forth at this point. Don's still up by 5. Under 10 to go now in the first half here from the Coliseum. Quintus guarded out top by Zoop. Now this is a mismatch, and Camargo does not take advantage of it as she had Ivanova out on the perimeter. Only 6 in the shot clock. Jones trying to create. Volker on the baseline goes up, no good. And here come the Dons. Zoop looking up the floor. Lead pass to Reed. Now to Moore. Down low, and they're going to get a reach by Pegarari on Eva Ivanova.
IPFW is doing a real nice job giving Oral Roberts one shot, and that's it.
Yep, absolutely. They're hitting the boards, they're hitting the shots, and they've built up a 5-point lead. 21-16 our score. We're going to take a break as there is a break in action on the floor. We'll be right back with more Dons basketball.
Russell Simmons. Today I want to talk to you about a very important subject, and it's cruelty to animals. Emmy was a victim of cruelty, and someone did something about it. Someone called the ASPCA and put an end to it, because Emmy can't talk. The fact is, animals are abused all over this country, and people sit by and do nothing. It's not slick or fly or cool or none of that. It's just cruel. If you're aware of any animal abuse, go to ASPCA.org. Find out what you can do now to make a difference. She can't do it for herself.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils? We only ask that you do your best. And make you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Pink out here at the Memorial Coliseum. IPFW has taken a 5-point lead, 21-16. We are under 10 minutes to go here, and the Dons have really been red hot as of late from behind the arc, as we've been mentioning, and it's mainly been the play of Jordan Zoop. And a turnover right out of the timeout. Not what Chris Paul is going to want to see is Chelsea Jackson just threw it away. All right, here's Jones on the perimeter. Gets a high screen. Now roll, pile into the lane. No on the shot. And a foul. They're going to call an offensive foul after the shot. It's going to go against Jordan Pyle.
How about that?
They really let him play here so far in this game. There's only been 5 fouls called overall in the game. Here's Zoop. To the elbow. Now Jackson back to Zoop. Thought about the 3 and then decides against it. Foul away from the ball. Maybe against Pegarari again. And if it is, it'll be her second. And it is her second. Dons the inbound under their own basket. Tommy Schegler along with Doc Skelton. Pink out day here from the Coliseum. Dons trying to get back into the Summit League standings in the kind of the race for the conference tournament at this point. And this win would go a long way to doing that. Evanova, 15-footer, no good from the baseline, and maybe a little out of her range.
Might have been. The baseline shot, no one to rebound.
And she's called for a foul on the other end. Post entry down to Pyle. And she got over the back a little bit there. That'll be her first foul.
Third team foul on IPFW.
Another quick timeout on the floor. We got to take a break. We'll be right back with more Don's Hoops.
Each year, more than 145,000 Americans will be diagnosed with colon cancer. It's the second largest cancer killer in the United States, but it doesn't have to be. Colon cancer is preventable, treatable, and if found early enough, beatable. If you are over 50 or have a family history of colon cancer, speak to your doctor, get screened, and understand your treatment options. Heads up, Coach.
Visit mybluestar.org and pass it on.
I guess I'm like most kids. I work hard, I go to class, and I want a degree that's going to mean something. I had offers from other universities, but I wanted the best out of my college choice. I wanted a great education and the campus life to go with it. Student housing, Division I sports, I found it all right here at IPFW. Hey, this is my university, my life, so it's got to feel right. I'm really glad I chose IPFW. I love it here. Go to the website.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne, one university, two great names.
All right, welcome back to the Coliseum. Seeing a couple of replays here. It's obviously that great shot by Courtney Reed a couple of moments ago. Nice drive. It's ORU with the ball right now, but not for long. Zoop just came away with a steal in the middle of the lane. Looking for Ivanova down low. Pegarari was fronting her in the post and kind of closed that possibility off. Now Jackson on the wing. Long two, not even close, but there is the offensive board and put back. And guess what? That's going to be foul number 3 on Pegarari. She will immediately have to come out of this game for the rest of the first half, I'm sure. Eva Ivanova really hitting the glass hard. You can see her. Great position there, Doc.
She really did have great position. Sealed off the ORU player who will now be coming out.
That just wasn't a smart foul by Mona Pegarari. She's a senior. You would expect a little bit more from that standpoint because she was clearly sealed out.
Oh, yeah.
So Eva knocks down both, and the Dons have their largest lead of the game at 23-16. Full court pressure applied for the first time today by the Dons. And Ivanova the big block.
And that was on a 15-foot jump shot.
Jackson, great catch off the Zoop pass. And then gets into the lane, double clutch shot. It's no good, but she draws the foul down low. That's going to go against Crystal Turner. That's her second. So some foul concerns starting to grow for ORU, especially for their post players. As we mentioned, they have quite a large rotation, though.
Yeah, they do.
Jackson nails in the free throw, I should say, no problem.
And the Dons have been perfect at the line so far tonight, this afternoon, I should say.
71% free throw shooter on the season, Chelsea Jackson, and she rattles in the second one. Don's starting to build up a sizable lead now. Up by 9. Want them to close out this first half strong. We're approaching the 5-minute mark here in a few. Here's Camargo. It's a high screen.
The Dons' defense has been very good this afternoon.
Yeah, they stepped out and sealed that off. Camargo back up top, 5 on the shot clock. She settles for the long jumper. Line drive shot, rattles in and comes out. Zoop. Ivanova swings it. Here's Zoop. Zoop will take the 3, no good. Back come the Golden Eagles.
Or Roberts just hasn't been able to find any flow to their offense.
Jones, a 3-ball, air ball, and trying to save it from going out of bounds unsuccessfully was Crystal Turner. And Volker comes back into the game for ORU, and you kind of think that they need to look to her to kind of stop the bleeding. She's their leader. She needs to get going here if ORU wants to get back into this game.
Yep, somebody's going to have to really pick it up for them.
Little 2-2-1 token pressure applied by ORU. Dons break it with no problem. High post to Haluska. Now to Reed. Zone defense being applied.
Yeah, and that surprises me a little bit. The way the Dons have hit the threes.
Well, trying to switch it up. Reed, long 2 is good.
They used the clock on that one.
Yep, they used the clock, and they continue to have their shooting percentage rise throughout the course of this first half after starting out very cold from the field. They're now up to 42%, almost 43% shooting. And the Dons take a timeout. We will keep it here, obviously, as we continue to talk about this. You see Chris Paul really has to be excited about the way that his team has started to come around. You know, over the first 4 minutes of this first half, the Dons were at 25% from the floor after a 2 for 8 start from the floor, and they're now 9 of 21. So since that ice-cold start, they really have started to hit it.
Been shooting very well. And it's been a combination of players, not just one or two.
All right, we want to also make sure that we tell you a little bit about, while we have the opportunity, the Mastodon tickets. For tickets to IPFW athletic events, please call the number on your screen, 481-6000, or go to the IPFW athletic website. That's gomastodons.com, 481-6000, or online at gomastodons.com. Back to live action here. And the Dons up by more than double digits now. So we get, or I should say in double digits now, 27-16, and blocked down low. Jackson trying to live with the trees, and she paid for it that time.
Yeah, got into pretty heavy traffic.
At the 5-minute mark of the first half, and Volker, that was a great play. Good penetration.
Nice
that time by Camargo as she went baseline. Sarah Haluska picks up her first.
Yeah. If Volker had been right-handed, she'd have had a layup that time.
First one, no good for Volker.
And we mentioned earlier they shoot less than 60% as a team at the free throw line.
Second one she gets to go. So back to a 10-point lead now for IPFW. Need to finish this first half strong.
Yep, and now that the ORU is coming out with some full court pressure.
Ivanova back out up top. Zook going through the D, and she's blocked by Allen. Amy Pryor checking into the ballgame for ORU. Camargo going to step out for a few minutes, get a breather, as the shuffle continues for the Golden Eagles. Jerry Finkbeiner, the coach here for ORU, has got a deep rotation. Ivanova can't hit on the putback, gets her own rebound, stolen away, and then Jackson is probably going to be called for the foul. Actually, they're going to get Volker.
Yeah, how about that?
They're going to get Volker, as Jackson did a good job of slicing in and getting possession for just long enough for it to go against Volker. So Jackson will step to the line as the bonus has now begun for the Dons. That's the first foul on Volker.
Jackson keeps things perfect at the free throw line on number one. Now she steps up for number two.
All right, here's Jackson's second attempt. We mentioned 71%, so she is a good free throw shooter.
And the team is 7 for 7 today.
And the lead now 12. Pryor thought about the three, now comes to the middle of the floor and finds Allen, who had sealed off Ivanova nicely, but she can't receive the pass cleanly, and now 3 seconds.
Yep, she couldn't find the handles on the ball, and time ran out on it.
Pegarari steps off the bench here for ORU. She's got 3 fouls. If the Dons were smart, they would go down to Ivanova immediately and try to pick up a quick 4th.
Well, looking at ORU's lineup, they've got about 4 gals they can put in that middle there, so maybe they're not worried about losing one of them.
Yeah, it's true, but
she was their starter.
Yep, yeah, she's got to be at the top of the list, as that's an ill-advised pass that Zook somehow was able to come up with. Jackson called for the walk. Timeout on the floor. We are under 4 minutes to play. 29-17. IPFW with a 12-point lead. It'll be ORU's ball when we come back.
If you've had a stroke, the chances are good that you could have another one. But it doesn't have to happen. You could be a stroke smart star.
I'm eating healthy and I'm exercising again.
I'm keeping my blood pressure and cholesterol levels under control.
After 35 years, I quit smoking.
I always take my medicine.
If you take steps to improve your health, you'll greatly reduce your risk of another stroke. Talk to your doctor and go to stroke.org today.
I'm not going to have another stroke.
I've gone away to a college where the class size is small. I've gone away to a college with a beautiful campus.
I've gone away to a college that cares about diversity.
I've gone away to a college where I get to live in my own apartment instead of living in a dorm room.
I've gone away to a college that really isn't that far away at all.
I go to IPFW.
IPFW.
I go to IPFW.
To find out more about college life at IPFW, go to our website. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Welcome back to the Coliseum. Tommy Schegler along with Doc Skelton and IPFW, a 12-point lead. They've shot the ball well. They played great defense, something we probably haven't talked enough about so far.
Well, the defense has really shut down ORU in terms of getting anything synchronized in their offense.
Golden Eagles shooting just 33% from the floor right now. And they've turned the ball over 8 times, so... And that's Pegarari that time getting inside, getting a good job done right there.
Used the left hand nicely that time.
IPFW up in the rebounding category right now, however, by 8. Ivanova, wow! The big girl stepping out and knocking down the long 2. 6'3" and range. She's really been coming on, as Chris Paul told us right before the game. As she goes, we will go. And she's been big so far. Great defense, strong on the boards, starting to hit some shots as Amy Pryor gets into the lane and scores for ORU. So some back and forth action here in the waning moments of the first half from the Coliseum. Ivanova, kick out. Reed, 3 is good! That was perfect play against the zone defense.
Inside out.
You get that pop into the high post, the defense collapses, and the shooter is spotted up. High screen by Pegarari, I should say. And foul called. That one is going to go against Sarah Haluska, her second. Only the 5th team foul, though, on the Dons, so still not shooting are the Golden Eagles. Here's Jones, quick 3, no good off front iron. Quintus comes down with the long rebound, fights for it, loses it. Here comes Jackson. Jackson, one-on-one, decides to pull it up, and zoop, 3 is no good. And a foul down low, and I believe that is going to go. Wow, I thought for a second it was going to go against Pegarari, but it ends up going against Amy Pryor, her first.
Yeah, I thought Pegarari might have picked up that number 4.
But Jackson is going to go to the line. Jackson already 4 for 4 on the day. Timeout on the floor. Quick timeout here by ORU because he wants to talk. He does not agree with the foul. And that's Jerry Finkbeiner. Does not agree with the foul down low that was called against Pryor.
Yeah, he wasn't sure there was one should have been called and then couldn't find out who did.
All right, as you see on the screen, the Arnie Ball Show. Get inside the hard-hitting, high-flying men's volleyball program at IPFW. Thursday, Friday, Saturday on College Access Television. Coach Arnie Ball and Coach Mark Franke bring you scores and highlights, talk about the matches, the competition, and introduce you to players and, of course, guests. It's the Arnie Ball Show, Wednesdays at 6 and Thursdays at 7:30 on College Access Television. Gotta love all the pink that's coming out in the building this afternoon, including the Don, as we take a look at the replay. And you can see, even though Jerry Finkbeiner didn't like the call, you can see on the replay a serious hold down low by Amy Pryor on Chelsea Jackson. And first one is good for Jackson. She's now 5 for 5 from the stripe. Building's starting to fill up a bit here, Doc.
Yes, it is.
Second one rattles home for Jackson.
The Dons remain perfect at the line.
9 for 9 now?
9 for 9.
Wow. And the lead continues to grow. Now 15 at 36-21.
Well, don't stop now. You never get enough.
Pegarari lost the ball on the jump hook, but coming up with it is Jones. Shot clock still live, though. And no foul call on the drive. Here come the Dons the other way. Jackson takes it herself, left-handed and good.
That's a nice move. She took it right at Pegarari.
Jackson's starting to heat up. She's got 10 points now. There's Pryor. This might be the best half of basketball the Dons have played this year.
It has been very good.
No good on the shot, and Jackson's out and running again. Trying to beat the D, 2-on-2, a reach-in. Gonna be called on Noella Quintas.
That's a tough decision on the defensive player to foul and stop the two-point layup because the free throws have been going in.
Yeah, especially to foul Jackson, who's 6 for 6 from the line right now, but Camargo going to come back into the ball game, and Quintas going to step away. Chelsea Jackson been a huge part of this first half and a big part of this run that the Dons are on right now, as the lead could be 19 with a good free throw right here from Jackson.
And we haven't seen a lot of number 11, Volker, for ORU today.
You're right.
She's their leading scorer.
Little token pressure from Chris Paul as Jackson knocks in both of those. We are at the 1-minute mark of the first half here from Pinkout at the Memorial Coliseum. The Dons looking good, and a foul called away from the ball. Ivanova or Moen, one of the two. Tina Moen going to get nabbed for it. There was some serious physical play going on down low between several of the post players. Moen picks up her second. Pegarari gets the inbound. Bounce pass. Pryor almost lost it. Ivanova and Pegarari going at it. She got away with a walk. Loose ball. Moen comes up with it. Dons have gotten every loose ball today.
Yes, they have.
Here's Zoop into the front court, gives off to her point guard, Courtney Reed. She dribbles the basketball with the right hand.
And ORU staying back in that zone defense.
Oh, Ivanova's wide open in the middle. They waited a little too long to find her. 9 on the shot clock. Ivanova, high post. Thought about the jumper. Instead to Zoop. Deep three. No good. Wow, that would have been a bomb.
Yeah, she was on target. Just couldn't quite get there.
10 to go in the first half. Jones, guarded by Jackson. Gets the high screen. Round the back. Into the lane. And a foul call.
That was a tough call on that move. Freshman point guard for ORU steps to the free throw line.
Jones at the line. And the first one is good. All right, here's Ivanova, loses the ball out of bounds.
And just enough time for ORU to get a shot off. So if the defense can keep the pressure on here.
And Pryor, the shot at the buzzer, no good. So we head to the half. Halftime score is 40-22. Let's turn it over now to Susan Alderman from IPFW University of Relations and Tommy Bell, IPFW Athletic Director, for the Pink Out Recognition introduction. See it?
Thank you very much for having me. My name is Carol Lambert, and I survived breast cancer 6 years, but I also survived 3 cancers, the original going back just about 40 years. We are so happy you are here. Nancy Hamilton and your survivor. Sometimes this is Sharon, almost 18 years. Sharon. Okay. Tony Bradley, I'm a 2-time survivor, 28 and 24 years. See if I can get this to work. Come on. I have 9 weeks total. I've had 3 reoccurrences. You're here with us today. Thank you. Steve Carter, I'm here. Marilyn Hutchinson. Thank you, Marilyn. 14. Thank you. Thank you very much. And gentlemen, our survivors, please just round of applause. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for and most of all, let's beat breast cancer.
going out dressed like that.
New opinions are always suspected and usually opposed, without any other reason but because they are not already common. So just chill, Mom.
Citing John Locke is not going to get you out of this one.
Looks like somebody knows where history is happening. The Remnant Trust at IPFW, an exploration into the key ideas that have shaped the world we live in. Meet historical characters, attend lectures, films, and an exhibit of key books and writings. Find out more by logging on to remnanttrust.ipfw.edu.
This is the training manual for a 747. And these are all the documents the average homeowner signs at closing. Now, no one climbs into the cockpit of a 747 without knowing this inside and out. On the other hand, most people don't even read these, even though they're making the biggest purchase of their lives. In all fairness, it's not easy reading. That's why the Mortgage Bankers Association made this, the Simple Facts. Something you can read and actually understand long before closing. It is not a sales tool, and because it was created by the Mortgage Bankers Association, it doesn't promote any single bank or type of mortgage. It's just designed to help you get the mortgage that makes the most sense for you. Get your copy at homeloanlearningcenter.com. That's homeloanlearningcenter.com. The Simple Facts. The name says it all.
Thank you for giving me blood.
Thank you for giving me blood.
Thank you for saving my life.
Give blood to the Red Cross and change a life, starting with your own.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils? We only ask that you do your best. And make you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Welcome back to halftime here at the Coliseum. 40-22 is our score here at the half. We want to share with you some fantastic first half highlights from what may have been the best half of basketball that this team has played all season long.
Yeah, don't adjust your sets. That's 40-22 is correct.
Chelsea Jackson, a big part of that story. She stepped out and hit an early jump shot. Pegarari was a force down low, but Eva Ivanova was able to corral her after some early success. And Ivanova has been great on both ends of the floor. Pegarari is having some foul troubles right now as the Dons started to heat up from the perimeter. Tina Moen dropping in the three. Tina had a successful first half with 6 points. And then you see the great play against that zone that ORU was putting out there. Courtney Reed able to drop in 3 of her 10 points in the first half. Amy Pryor, the little spark plug point guard, showing a nice jumper several different times throughout the first half. And then Jordan Zoop, hey, if you're going to leave me alone, I'm going to hit this 3 every single time. Zoop was 2 of 8 from behind the three-point line for the first half, and that's where we sit. 40-22 at the half. The Dons playing fantastically. Courtney Jackson leading the way right now with 12 points. We're going to take one more halftime break. When we come back, we're going to go over the first half stats and have the tip-off, or the second half, I should say, coming your way after this.
This isn't mine.
Men often oppose a thing merely because they've had no agency in planning it, or because it may have been planned by those whom they dislike.
Looks like somebody knows where history is happening. The Remnant Trust at IPFW. It's an exploration of the great ideas that have shaped the world we live in. Meet historical characters, attend lectures, films, and an exhibit of more than 50 key books and writings. So, will that be paper or plastic? Log on to remnanttrust.ipfw.edu.
What do triglycerides or trace have to do to get noticed? Heart disease and stroke? Really, we should pay her more attention. Normal triglycerides are below 150. High triglycerides increase your risk of heart disease. And if you're a woman, that risk goes up even more. After standing in the shadows of good and bad cholesterol, triglyceride, also known as the forgotten fat, is ready to share the spotlight and the attention. Next time you have your cholesterol or blood fats tested, ask your doctor about the role triglycerides play in your heart health. Remember to ask your doctor about the good, the bad, and the forgotten fat. For more information on all of your blood fats, the good, the bad, and the forgotten, go to ForgottenFat.com. And remember, normal triglycerides are under 150.
This message brought to you by Sister to Sister, working together for healthy hearts.
Cable access channels are critical tools for educational institutions. They are used to distribute emergency information, school announcements, event calendars, and student-produced media. They also allow you to watch your local Board of Education in action. Through the provision of educational access channels, our communities are kept informed, educated, and entertained. Where else can you get information about your local schools? Make sure everyone has a voice. Support your local educational access channel.
Excellence lives here in northeastern Indiana. It's reflected in more than 200 nationally recognized degrees. It drives our Division I sports. It's alive in our campus life. Excellence has a name, IPFW. Around our campus, around the country, around the world. Excellence lives here. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Second half getting ready to start right now here at the Memorial Coliseum. Doc Skelton, Tommy Schegler, and Doc, let's go over a couple of the stats that jump off the page to you.
Yeah, real quickly, the leading scorers for Oral Roberts, both with 6 points, are Mona Pegarari and Amy Pryor. For the Dons, it's Chelsea Jackson with 12, who was 8 for 8 from the free throw line, and Courtney Reed has 10 points. The 11 for 11 free throw shooting for the Dons is hard to improve on.
Right.
And the Dons also with a decided rebounding edge, 23-14.
We mentioned they've only out-rebounded their opponents 4 times all year long. They're 2-2 in those games. They're well on their way to 3-2. Also, one thing that I saw, 32% from the floor for ORU, and they've only hit 1 3. They're shooting 16%. As Jackson trying to pick up where she left off, can't hit on the runner, but 1 for 6 from beyond the arc for ORU. They're going to have to improve on that if they want to get back into this game, down 18 to start the second 20.
Yep, they're going to have to pick up the pace on the offense and really get some things to drop.
They don't appear to be an explosive offensive team, so you got to think that if the Dons can just maintain their poise, as Volker is way off on the foul line, Jay, if the Dons can just continue to play with some poise and some patience and get good looks and play good defense, they have a real good shot at coming away with a win here today.
Which would be their first win ever against ORU.
Hey, let's keep it going right into the to the men's game after this one. All right, here's Jordan Zoop into the lane, turn around, and can't hit on the bunny.
Both teams have had a lot of shots fall short, hit the front end of the rim, drop off.
There's Mariana Camargo into the lane, right hand off glass and good. Down to a 16-point lead, and a quick reach by Quintus. Noella Quintus
and
called
after she did that, she knew she shouldn't have been reaching in. You could almost read the coach's lips. You play defense with your feet, not your hands.
Yep. Actually, that's her second, Quintus's second foul. Haluska is way long on the 3. That's an air ball. Quintus out in front and throws it away.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration with the Golden Eagles.
Early portions of the second half, Dons with a 16-point lead. Trying to get back into the Summit League race. Even Nova with the left hand off glass.
That's the move that has really changed things in the last 4 or 5 games for IPFW. Some inside action.
Volker. And one. And so ORU definitely deciding to take it at the basket early on here in the second half.
And Janae Volker averages about 17 points a game and had only 3 in the first half.
That was Ivanova's second personal foul. And Volker completes the old-fashioned three-point play. And here comes, for the first time today, Demisha Hurd. She's going to take out Quintus. Chris Paul was upset with the late check-in by Hurd.
Yeah.
He was trying to get a player in earlier in the first half, and they wouldn't let him come in. Yeah. So he's kind of going back and forth with the officials a little bit. Nice swing of the basketball, but Reed didn't pull the trigger on the open J. Ivanova and a charge called on Chelsea Jackson. Her first, actually check that, her second. All right, so the Dons up 15 now. Jones gives off to Camargo. Camargo in between the rings, goes right side to Volker. Pegarari over to Camargo. Now up top, Jones, line drive 3 off front iron, no good. Fight for the rebound, and a foul on the floor. Gonna be called.
That's a tough foul. She had the inside position. Must have grabbed an arm.
And at 5'10", I think she was having a hard time.
Yeah.
Against Pegarari down low.
Yep.
Haluska will come out with the 3 fouls now. Tina Moen checking in. Here's Camargo on the inbound. Over to Volker. She loses it momentarily. Reed corrals and goes right by Moen and hits on the reverse. And Jerry Finkbeiner wants a timeout as his team has come out and cut into this lead.
Yeah, they've cut it down in 3 minutes here and cut it down by 5 points. That's all they have to keep doing.
Yeah, you think that they want to get under the 10-minute mark or the 10-point mark by the 10-minute mark, and with 17 minutes left to go, they're right on schedule right now, and really the Dons need to come out and stop the bleeding a little bit. Hey, I want to talk about the Dons website once again. Please go to GoMastodons.com for the latest Mastodon scores, stats. They're all available on the World Wide Web at GoMastodons.com. Check up on the teams, the players, order tickets, the official Mastodon athletic website, GoMastodons.com. I love that website. I'm on it all the time, Doc.
Checking things out, see how things are going. Yeah?
See what's going on. Rudy Jovic does a great job with it. And they should go on and check it out. All right, so they're coming out of the timeout. Next couple minutes, kind of crucial.
Yes, they are. IPFW's got to get things going again on their offense.
Here's that pressure that we've seen several times throughout the first half from ORU. And not really designed to necessarily get a steal, but
just to kind of harass.
Harass and lengthen out the possession. Longer amount of time that you can make a mistake, less time you have to work with the shot clock. And it's now down to 9. Zoop lets the defender go by and then hits a nice jumper.
You got the shooter's roll.
That stopped the bleeding a little bit. Hurd to Jones. Jones to the middle of the floor. Pegarari right inside, no problem, as Samantha Edwards got caught. Moen. Here's Courtney Reed. Here's Moen. Dons work against the zone. Jackson long on the 3 attempt. Fight for the rebound. Here comes ORU. Golden Eagles have a bit of a swagger about them right now. Jackson saves it from going out of bounds. Great play. Here's Edwards. Edwards, the jumper. Wow. You might look back at that play as thinking that is a pretty big one.
Yeah. And Samantha, being a senior, has not had a chance to play much this year with the injury.
And what a fantastic effort as Pegarari just absolutely loses everyone. It's a miscommunication.
Yeah, they lost track of where she was.
Ibanova will check in the next dead ball for the Dons. Along with, Ann Bosey, that's who's sitting there. Here's Jackson. Baseline cutoff, steps out and pops.
That helps things too, to keep ORU from getting out on a big run.
Jackson with 14 points now. She continues to have a fantastic day. She gets caught in a screen, but Camargo not able to hit the cutting Jones.
Yeah, you can say that screen was rock solid.
Here's Jones and a reaching call on Jackson. Timeout on the floor. We will take it with them. The Dons up right now by 15, 48-33. We'll be right back after this.
You're not going out dressed like that.
New opinions are always suspected and usually opposed, without any other reason but because they are not already common. So just chill, Mom.
Citing John Locke is not going to get you out of this one.
Looks like somebody knows where history is happening. The Remnant Trust at IPFW, an exploration into the key ideas that have shaped the world we live in. Meet historical characters, attend lectures, films, and an exhibit of key books and writings. Find out more by logging on to remnanttrust.ipfw.edu.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils? We only ask that you do your best. And made you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
ORU has come out and kind of taken it right to IPFW. Pegarari able to get free, but Chelsea Jackson, she has been the difference today for the Dons, stepping out and draining her 14th point of the day.
Yeah, and with the early success that ORU has had in this second half, IPFW hasn't lost a lot off of that lead.
And taking it down low, Volker. Once again, Volker has definitely decided she is going to take it to the rack here in the second half.
Her second opportunity for a three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Zoop called for her first foul. Volker tries to go for the three-point play, and she does so. Down to 12-point game.
Just under the 15-minute mark.
As we said, you'd think from an ORU standpoint. And Bosey can't hit on the three.
It's a good shot for her, though.
Pegarari comes down with the board. You'd think that ORU wanted to get it into single digits before the 10-minute mark. They're definitely on schedule to do that.
Yeah, they are.
High screen, Jones into the corner. They swing it now. Pegarari working down low on Ibanova. She wants it. She wants it. Instead comes out and gets the screen. They got a good switch. They lost her again. She misses on the reverse, though. And the Dons get a real break as Mona Pegarari is kind of saying to Camargo, her point guard, you got to hit me down there. I had a seal.
And there may have been a foul call on that play.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Number
Volker
11 was called.
Volker?
I thought that just went out of bounds.
Oh, I did too.
They catch her for the second. And 3 no good there by Bosey. Long rebound comes out to Volker. And here's Volker. She's got Hurd up ahead of everybody. It's going to stay with ORU.
Nice defense by Courtney Reed, stopping that fast break.
Dons had an 18-point lead at the half. It shrunk to 12. ORU with some momentum right now. Jordan Zoot, man-to-man. Get it over to Jones. Jones walks right in. They're just walking right in right now.
That seems to be what's happening on their offense. That's about 4 layups they've gotten in there.
Ivanova on the baseline. Don's starting to look a little unsure here. Moen tries to stop the bleeding and does.
Nice.
That's
nice,
a big
strong
shot.
move. Yeah.
Chris Paul wanted a foul on that one. Very upset with the refs. Pegarari wide open down low as they keep losing her on that pick and roll.
Yeah. They're beginning to get a little confidence on that offense now.
Moen in the middle of that defense. Zoot short on the 3. Fight for the rebound. Pegarari comes down with it.
And now it's IPFW that's getting one and out.
Jones with the basketball, gives off to Camargo. Pick and roll again. Both defenders once again go with the one who got the screen, and that time Camargo gets it down, and it's down into single digits. Just an 8-point lead now for the Dons. 10 points cut away very quickly by ORU. Bosey rattles another one out.
But the rebound to ORU.
Chris Paul needs a timeout.
Yeah,
he needs a timeout.
He'll be getting one soon, I would imagine.
Next dead ball will be an automatic timeout. Jones with the basketball, top of the circle. Right side now. Camargo into the lane. And that should be a charge, and they call it a block. Whew.
Tina Moen. Well,
wow. That is an interesting call, as Moen
sure is.
was literally sitting there for a second or two. All right, we got to take a break. 8-point lead for the Dons when we come back.
This isn't mine.
Men often oppose a thing merely because they've had no agency in planning it, or because it may have been planned by those whom they dislike.
Looks like somebody knows where history is happening. The Remnant Trust at IPFW. It's an exploration of the great ideas that have shaped the world we live in. Meet historical characters, attend lectures, films, and an exhibit of more than 50 key books and writings. So, will that be paper or plastic? Log on to remnanttrust.ipfw.edu.
I've gone away to a college where the class size is small. I've gone away to a college with a beautiful campus.
I've gone away to a college that cares about diversity.
I've gone away to a college where I get to live in my own apartment instead of living in a dorm room.
I've gone away to a college that really isn't that far away at all.
I go to IPFW.
IPFW.
I go to IPFW.
To find out more about college life at IPFW, go to our website. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Back here to the Coliseum. Look at Moen. Well, maybe she did lean a little bit on the replay.
Wasn't bad, but
she had established position, but it looked right at the last minute like she did get into Volker, or I should say Camargo. So maybe a good call upon second look. Nonetheless, things starting to fall apart for IPFW very quickly here in the second half.
Let's hope the free throw shooting percentage for ORU doesn't pick up.
This will be the first attempt for Camargo today. And it is good.
Yeah, right on target with that one.
7-point game now. And here is Mariana Camargo for her second attempt. The senior eyes it and drills it. So things really starting to turn around.
It's a little tight.
ORU shooting 75% from the floor in the second half so far. Only 38% for the Dons on the other side.
They haven't taken very many long shots.
Yeah, that's true. You get a high percentage when you're getting layup after layup.
Yeah.
Eva Ivanova puts it on the ground, off glass. No. Not sure if putting it on the floor is. Jackson comes up with another big play for the Dons. Bozy thought about pulling the trigger again, gets in the lane, ball reversal. Haluska's got to hit this one. No. Wide open three. Sarah cannot hit it. Camargo gets it knocked away by Reed momentarily. Fight for it. And Reed comes away with it for the Dons.
Good defense that time. Tough to see what was going to happen.
Bozy thought about the three, instead gets to Reed. Ivanova working hard down low. She gets it, kicks it out. Reed, the three, no good. Ivanova, the board, off glass and in.
Offensive rebound.
Eva Ivanova, a huge play there.
Really good. They needed that one badly.
Back up to an 8-point lead. Here's Jones. They slip the screen. Pyle gets it blocked by Ivanova, and she comes away with it. Couple of big plays by Ava.
IPFW needs to get another bucket here and kind of stem the tide a little bit.
Here's Ivanova, loses it on the post entry. Camargo walks into the front court, hands it off to Jones. Georgia Jones gets it over to Camargo.
ORU looking for a setup here.
They're really working that pick and roll game. Volker, baseline jumper, no. Jackson rebound, yes. Here comes Chelsea into the front court. She's got a 1-on-4. Wisely holds it up. Haluska almost walked with it.
Yeah, and that gets called an awful lot.
Jackson, three is good. 17 points for Chelsea Jackson, and she has literally put this team on her shoulders. Back up to an 11-point lead for IPFW. Jones had the ball partially blocked, but Volker comes away with the loose ball, and a foul down low.
It's going to be on Jackson, and that's number 4, I think, isn't it? Yeah.
That is Chelsea Jackson's fourth, and that really, actually, yep, it is number 4. So Volker goes to the line, and the first attempt is no good. Jordan Zook gonna come in, and so is Tina Moen. Chelsea Jackson, Courtney Reed gonna take a seat. Pegarari back into the ball game for ORU. Could expect them to go back to that pick and roll game with Pegarari.
Yeah. Pardon me?
All right, so here come the Dons. Up 10 at this point.
Yeah. Yes.
And they get it up high post. Ivanova, and she rattles it home.
How about that? How about that?
Camargo down low into Ivanova. Pegarari working on Ivanova, and ball will stay with ORU. Pegarari wants that ball right now. Coach Finkbeiner just really upset with the refs.
And he may have gotten a break on that call.
Well, and not to mention the fact there's only been 2 foul calls on his team in this half. Probably shouldn't be too upset.
Yeah.
Camargo after the offensive rebound. Now they go back to the pick and roll. Pegarari all by herself. Camargo refuses to look her way. I tell you what, they could run that pick and roll every single time. The Dons are not switching. Both players are going with the person receiving the screen every time, and the screener rolls and is wide open.
ORU wasn't looking for it that time.
All right, so here is Camargo at the line. First one, no good. Tina Moen comes out. Nan Moore checks back in for the Dons.
Nan Moore gave us some good minutes in the first half. We'll see if she can help this time.
Camargo able to make one of two. Don's still up 11. Here's Bozy, and then they get it over. Ball reversal. Haluska drives this time, kicks it out to Zoop. Wide open. Bozy, no. Boy, Ann Bozy cannot find the range today.
Yeah. She's had some good shots.
Great
looks.
shots. She's 0 for 4 from the field. And we're talking 0 for 4 from wide open jumpers. Camargo loses the ball, then gets it back. Pegarari with the right hand. Can't get the bunny to go. Gets her own rebound. And a foul called down low. It's going to go against Haluska.
Is it Haluska? Oh, yeah.
That's Haluska's fourth foul.
Yeah. Yes.
Timeout on the floor. Dons hanging on to an 11-point lead, 57-46. We'll be right back.
Shalom.
Salam. Hey, what?
Hey there.
Kapaya pa. Pa. Mir.
Shanti.
Miat Changyok di.
We all want the same thing.
Peace.
And Rotary clubs
Sola.
are making it happen.
Lucky.
Through international scholarships for young people to promote peace and understanding
La Fe.
around the world.
Señal is the high.
Rotary. Humanity in motion.
I guess I'm like most kids. I work hard, I go to class, and I want a degree that's going to mean something. I had offers from other universities, but I wanted the best out of my college choice. I wanted a great education and the campus life to go with it. Student housing, Division I sports, I found it all right here at IPFW. Hey, this is my university, my life, so it's got to feel right. I'm really glad I chose IPFW. I love it here. Go to the website.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Under 8 minutes to play here at the Memorial Coliseum. Pink Out Day here at the Coliseum. Breast cancer awareness, I should say. Obviously being honored today here with Pink Out. Fantastic afternoon, and so far so good for the Dons as they continue to lead this, although ORU continues to get closer and closer.
Yeah, I don't think IPFW can rest easy yet. There's too much time left.
Yep, awful lot of time left. It was an 18-point lead at the half. And Mona Pegarari, misses the first one. Should make it a 10-point game by hitting the second. And here is the second attempt, and both are no good. Good block out by the Dons. Jordan Zoop into the front court. Nan Moore.
ORU with his own at the moment.
Ivanova. High post, and shot was altered a little bit. No good. There's Amy Pryor, now to Camargo. Camargo puts it on the floor. Good step out and tries to recover as Ivanova. Tell you what, Pegarari is wide open on that pick and roll. Volker right into the lane, hangs and hits.
Volker's had a good second half.
Single digits again, 9-point lead for the Dons. Can they hang on? Absolute must win for this team in order to stay in the race for the Summit League Conference Tournament. Have to win this one. Here's Haluska. Rainbow shot off back iron, no good. Ivanova gets the rebound. Let's set it back up, says Jordan Zoop. In between the rings, no problem, taking all kinds of time. Ivanova puts it on the floor, kicks it into the corner. This is Holuska, 15 on the shot clock. Zoop. Now to Bozy. Nan Moore on the baseline, and Holuska hit the ground. It allowed Jones to come away with the steal. So Bozy picks up the foul. And that one just unfortunate luck.
Yeah, wrong place at the wrong time. Although maybe a good foul because she'd have had a layup if it kept going.
All right, so here's Jones at the line. She can make it a 7-point game. And once again, the free throw shooting for ORU continues to be IPFW's best friend right now. Courtney Reed comes back into the game. Nan Moore will take a seat on the bench.
And every foul for the rest of the game is going to be a 2-shot foul for ORU.
Yeah, the team fouls, huge discrepancy in this second half. Already the double bonus for ORU. Only 2 fouls have been called on ORU all half long. They can see why Chris Paul has been at the referees quite a bit on that other end. Ivanova working against Pegarari, and Pegarari, almost on cue, just picks up her 4th. As you can kind of hear the crowd finally giving a round of applause for at least one foul called.
Is that what you call a Bronx cheer?
Yeah, exactly. Pegarari picks up her 4th. That could be big.
Get that ball right back into Ivanova. Get another foul.
They're trying to. Pegarari working hard. And they have a mismatch down low now, but a 3 by Reed. No good. Here comes Pryor. Got to get back on defense. Holuska trying to get back down to find her man. It's Volker, and she recovers down low. Volker wanted that ball on the block. Camargo right into the lane, right around everybody, no problem. Now we're at a quick timeout. And a little confusion. Official timeout. Jerry Finkbeiner just came out. And Jerry Finkbeiner is coming over and talking to us here at the scorer's table. Said something about the officials having Mastodon ears. I think he's saying that the officials are listening to the crowd and now trying to equal up the foul calls. But hey, we'll take it.
Yeah, it's still a pretty big discrepancy.
7-point lead. Ivanova off glass with the right hand that time. Big bucket, back out to 9.
Big bucket, really big bucket.
Camargo, that pick and roll is killing the Dons. It is killing the Dons. I believe Holuska may have just found out. And that will do it for the day of Sarah Holuska. She will take a seat.
She's a battler in there.
Over 6 from the field. Tina Moen will hop up off the bench. And Moen has 4 fouls, so she's not in much better of a position. All right, here's Volker, and she rattles one out.
I think that's 6 in a row they've missed.
This is really hurting their chances at getting back into this game. Jerry Finkberry in front of Beaner is talking in front of us here to the officials about not listening to Chris Paul on the other end. And Jones comes away with a steal on Chelsea Jackson, misses the foul or the easy lay-in, but Pryor is able to follow it up. 6-point lead. This is the closest that ORU has been. Jackson almost lost it again. Dons have got to settle down. 4:20 to go.
Which is an eternity.
It really is. 6-point lead. That's nothing. Jackson to Ivanova. Strong move, now kick to Reed. 3 is no good. That could have been huge, but a nice offensive board. Ivanova keeping it alive down low. Mullen able to corral it, and they get a new fresh shot clock.
That's 3 times recently that Ivanova has kept the ball alive with an offensive tip.
Mullen takes the medium range jumper and finds the back of the iron. Big defensive series right here. Possession.
Cut off that lane.
Mullen comes up with what eventually turns into a Jackson steal. Jackson, and a blocking call on the other end called on Camargo. And Jerry Finkbeiner here in front of us really doesn't like that one.
That was an interesting call.
I think it may have been a charge. It looked like Jackson was out of control there, but Don's finally got a break, and we have a timeout on the floor. Finkbeiner wants to have a few words with the officials. He will do so, and we will take a break.
Congratulations on the promotion.
I hope you're saving the extra money.
You gotta put it in stocks.
If you want to get ahead.
No, bonds.
And CDs.
Stick it under the mattress.
Getting plenty of advice, but not enough facts? Visit saveandinvest.org. No confusing advice, no sales pitch. Just unbiased information and tools to help you manage your money with confidence. Saveandinvest.org.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils? We only ask that you do your best. And make you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
We're under 4 minutes to go here in this game. Things starting to tighten up. This is the call that everyone's arguing about. Chelsea Jackson, and that's a tough one. Back to live action. Probably could have been called either way. This is Ivanova in the lane, and a foul called on Amy Pryor. She does not like it.
Smallest player on the floor has been pretty active here lately.
Here's Jackson. Jackson over to Zoot. Moen takes the baseline jumper. Too strong. Fight down low. Here comes ORU. Approaching the 3-minute mark. 2-possession ball game. The lead was once 18 for IPFW. Camargo right into the lane. 3 on the way. No good. Ivanova comes away with the rebound.
I was a little surprised to see ORU take a 3 that time. They've been having such luck, good luck down the lane.
Yeah, I agree. I would say run that pick and roll until they stop it. Ivanova loses the defender. Off glass and in! She has such a soft shot.
Yeah.
Really has some great touch.
When she gets enough arch on it, then it has a chance to go in.
Yep.
Some of her games early in the year just went right across the basket.
Quick 30-second timeout called for Chris Paul after that make by Ivanova, which was an absolute huge one, because it brings it out to a 3-possession ball game at 61-53. We are under 3 minutes to go now. Tommy Schegler along with Doc Skelton. IPFW trying to win just its 4th game of the year and stay alive in the race for the Summit League Conference tourney. Come in the day in dead last place in the tournament. They need to make up 2 spots and get into the top 8 in order to get into the tourney. ORU sits 3 games in front of them in a group that's right around that 7-6 spot. So this would be a huge win and really a must-win for IPFW.
Yeah, every game's important.
Could have been called a charge. Camargo gets the bucket and the foul. She charged right over Tina Moen.
Camargo's had a good game. she's recognized that that lane is there, and she just takes off.
Camargo from the free throw line today so far, 3 of 4. Looking to complete the three-point play, make this a 5-point game. No good. Ivanova comes away with the rebound. Here's Courtney Reed. Dons need to milk this clock and then get a good shot. Can take it down under 2 minutes. Ivanova, kick out. Zoop, all day long, yeah!
Yeah.
That may be the nail. That brings it back up to 9 points. Volker blocked by Ivanova. Reed comes away with it and wisely holds it up. Chris Paul says, let's settle down. Let's walk it up. That's exactly what Zoop does. And Jerry Finkbeiner wants a quick foul, gets it from Amy Pryor.
ORU has one more foul to give, and then IPFW will be going to the line.
What a play on that last offensive possession.
Yeah.
Ivanova had what could have been a decent shot, but she was aware enough to realize that Zoop must be wide open all day long out in that wing area, and Zoop is going to hit that shot 9 times out of 10. Then they just turn it over. Camargo and Chelsea Jackson, another great play for the Dons. And a quick 30-second timeout by Chris Paul to get his young team to think about this one, talk about it. And wow, what a game it's been so far. And as you can see on the screen here, you've heard all about the Royal Dons Club, or have you heard? If you haven't, you should really check it out. It's all the excitement of Mastodon athletics in the Royal Dons Club, IPFW's official athletic booster organization. Members enjoy athletics, related events, priority access to tickets, and more. To learn more about the Royal Dons Club, just call 481-6894. Right to Royal Dons Club, 2101 East Coliseum Boulevard, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805. Or you can always go to IPFW's athletic website, gomastodons.com. All right, back to live action. Jackson momentarily loses it. Loose ball on the floor. Ivanova comes away with it.
Good hustle by Courtney Reed.
And 6 on the shot clock. Moen, the deep three, rattles in and out. Under a minute to go, however. Dons up 9. Volker ahead of everyone. Quick lay-in, quick timeout. Finkbeiner wants a timeout. His team right now down 7.
And 7 points for ORU is maybe 3 possessions or 4 the way they score.
Yeah, because they don't hit a lot of threes.
No.
It's not a three-point shooting team. They've only hit 1 today so far. They're shooting just 11% from behind the arc, so Dons just have to be smart with the basketball. This is the possession that really may have won the game. Look at that triple team as everyone closed down on Ivanova, leaving Zoop wide open, and she nails the three.
That was a big, big bucket.
That's going to be the dagger. That'll be the
yeah.
difference in the game. Dons just need to take care of the basketball right here and make their free throws, which they've done today.
They sure have. In fact, they hit all their free throws in the first half, and this is their first step to the line, I think, in the second half.
Perfect on the line so far today, 11 of 11. All in the first half, as Doc just mentioned, so this would be the first free throw attempt. And it'll be Ann Bosey to step to the stripe. And Bosey can't hit on the first one. Here comes Camargo right down the gut and in. And they cut it to 5. That only took 10 seconds.
Oh, boy. Well, what did Yogi say? It ain't over till it's over.
Exactly right.
Oh, boy.
That'll definitely be the case again today.
And I would guess there'll be another 1-and-1 free throw coming up pretty shortly for the Dons.
And Dons just need to hit a couple of free throws, and it should be impossible for ORU to make up the difference. All right, back out on the floor. 41 seconds to go. 5-point game. Dons need to get the ball inbounds and then make the free throw.
Well, Ivanova with her double-double today has had a big, big ball game.
She'll be the one inbounding the ball here for IPFW. Looking, finding Zoop.
They don't want to foul her.
And Zoop will hold the ball in her hand.
But they may have to.
Yeah, and finally Jones does have to reach in. No 10-second violation in women's basketball, so
yeah.
Zoop could dribble around all day long if she wanted to. All right, so Jordan steps to the line. Jordan, an 84% free throw shooter on the year.
But it's the first one that counts this time.
This could end the game. She drops in the first. Yep, this will make it a 3-possession game if she can drop in this one. And second one is no good. So a rare miss from Jordan. Camargo goes right in and once again scores right away. And now Zoop is fouled once again with 22.6 to go and a 4-point game.
And that didn't take much time either.
Well, the Dons are not doing a good job at D'ing up after the missed free throw. They've let Camargo go in twice now, basically like a layup drill.
Yeah, and real quickly.
You got to provide some resistance. And Zoop misses another one. 84% free throw shooter.
Yeah,
she misses another
reliable
one. Pryor, the 3 is good. Wow, it is a 1-point game.
Holy cow.
15.6 to go. It was a 9-point game with 51 seconds and a timeout called. And there's some confusion here. ORU is out of timeouts. Chris Paul says that they are the ones that called timeout. And he is out of timeouts. Finkbeiner should be a technical. Chris Paul is irate. Wait, there is some major confusion going on right now as to who called the timeout. And now Chris Paul says, I'll take the timeout. But he is irate that Jerry Finkbeiner actually called that timeout, and he had no timeouts, which would obviously result in a technical foul.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, fortunately now, the next foul on ORU will be a 2-shot foul for IPFW.
I tell you what, even if they hit both, though, it's a 1-possession game at this point. This would be an all-time collapse. I mean, you just cannot lose a 9-point lead in 51 seconds.
Yeah, that last 3-pointer was one of the few for ORU, but boy, it was a big one.
It was a huge one. And the 2 missed free throws from Jordan Zoop, one of the leaders on this team while just a sophomore, an 84% free throw shooter, and she missed 2 in a row. Chelsea Jackson's been on fire from the line especially, and she will go to the line now to try and put this game at least to the point where only a 3 can tie it up. This will be a 2-shot attempt, as Doc mentioned, before the inbound. 13.4 seconds left.
And that's quite a lot of time.
That is quite a bit of time. Chelsea's got to hit these two. And she
got the shooter's roll on the first one.
Absolutely kind of wills that one in. All right, here's Jackson stepping to the line. And here's Jackson's second attempt. It's good. Pegarari checks back into the game.
Pressure him. All right. Run that 13.4 off of there.
And no press being shown. Actually, now they're creeping up just a little bit.
Kind of token pressure, yeah.
Camargo brings it into the front court. She's been big in this last minute. Wide open. Volker. The three is an air ball. Fight for the ball down low. Jump ball. And it's going to stay with ORU. 3.3 seconds to go. No timeouts for ORU.
Time for one more three to go up there.
And Chris Paul is going to call a timeout.
Oh, yeah.
With 3.3 to go. I don't know why you give Jerry Pinkbeaner a chance to set up a play.
Volker had a pretty good look at that on that last three.
That was about as nice of a look as you're going to want.
Yeah.
And she came up completely empty, an air ball. So this is a situation. 3.3 left to go in the game. A 3-point IBFW lead. A 3 sends this thing into overtime, which would be just almost unfathomable 51 seconds ago because the Dons had a 9-point lead.
Well, at this stage of the game, a question that usually comes up is, how about fouling and make them step to the free throw line? But I don't know that there'll be enough time to make that decision.
Yeah, and if you get, if they get possession behind the arc and are going up with it, then they can call it a shooting foul. That's the last thing you want.
Yeah.
I'm not a big proponent of that particular strategy.
No.
D it up and take your chances. So this is the ball game right here. Didn't expect it to be this close a couple minutes ago, but it's where we've arrived, and it all is going to come down to one shot. Jones will inbound the ball.
I would guess that they might try to.
Pryor gets all alone. Wide open look and misses it. And the Dons have survived.
2 good looks at the 3-point shot. Neither one would fall.
67-64. They got Amy Pryor, the one that's hurt him from behind the arc a couple different times. A wide open look.
Yeah.
Luckily for IPFW, she comes up short, and the Dons keep their season alive with a 3-point win here at home.
Well, it was packed with excitement in this last couple of minutes, but too much excitement.
Chris Paul just looked over at us and kind of gave us like a, can you believe that just happened type look? But hey, his team did what they needed to do. They got the win at home. They got Pink out off to a good start. We're going to take a break. Be back with the postgame show after this.
Diabetes is a killer. After I was diagnosed, I didn't feel sick, so I didn't listen to my doctor. Then it struck. I had a heart attack, then a stroke, and I was only 49.
People with diabetes are 2 to 4 times more likely to suffer a stroke than people without diabetes. And many who survive are severely disabled.
Don't let diabetes destroy your life.
Learn how to reduce your risk of stroke. Call for your free diabetes survival guide.
You're not going out dressed like that.
New opinions are always suspected and usually opposed, without any other reason but because they are not already common. So just chill, Mom.
Citing John Locke is not going to get you out of this one.
Looks like somebody knows where history is happening. The Remnant Trust at IPFW, an exploration into the key ideas that have shaped the world we live in. Meet historical characters, attend lectures, films, and an exhibit of key books and writings. Find out more by logging on to remnanttrust.ipfw.edu.
here at the Coliseum. Final score, IPFW 67, Oral Roberts 64, and really a dramatic end to what we thought was going to be really a breeze for the Dons.
Too dramatic.
Yeah, exactly.
For anybody in the building here other than the ORU bench.
And, you know, one of the stats that you talked about during the break, it kind of jumped off the page. The free throw shooting for Oral Roberts probably ended up being the difference.
10 for 21 will get you in trouble every time.
You know, and IPFW, after dominating the boards throughout the whole first half, at one point had an 8-point lead on the boards, ends up losing the rebounding battle by 7.
That's interesting.
So, I mean, turns around, and we can take a look at some of the highlights as we really thought that it was just going to be a walk in the park, and boy, it ended up being right down to the wire. Eva Ivanova, though, played a fantastic game for IPFW. She had a double-double, as you mentioned, Doc, with 16 points and 12 boards. And that was Samantha Edwards with a big shot that kind of stopped the bleeding, at least for a couple minutes. But this really, the story to me, Mariana Camargo and others, but mainly Camargo, just walking in time after time and being able to come up with easy looks really allowed ORU to get back into this game. Jones going in. She couldn't get it to go, but Pryor was there for the putback.
Yes.
And here's Ivanova once again, a strong move. That ended up being a really big move for her. And here you're going to see it. Camargo, this was one of 8 different shots that we could have shown of her just walking right in and getting a lay in.
Yeah.
And this, the play of the game, in my opinion. Ivanova, the awareness of the triple team, the kick out to Jordan Zoop. Zoop ending up nailing the three-pointer. We thought that was the nail in the coffin. It eventually was, but there was a whole lot left undecided after that.
A lot of things took place in between, and you know, you mentioned Ivanova's double-double. She had 3 steals and 3 assists to go with that.
Fantastic game.
Yeah.
Chelsea Jackson also with 19 points, 3 away from a career high. You also had Courtney Reed with 10, Jordan Zoop with 12, so 4 in double figures for the Dons. 8 points also for Tina Moen. And hey, a win's a win at this point. Chris Paul will take it. We will take it.
Right.
It keeps the Dons alive as they continue on into trying to make the conference tournament at the end of the year. Your final thoughts tonight, Doc?
Well, it's a big ball game, a big win, regardless of how it went along the way. Now they got to get ready and go get another one Monday night.
All right, that will do it for us, and that is all for women's basketball this afternoon. The IPFW women's basketball team back on College Access TV on Saturday, February 28th, when they will be entertaining Southern Utah in what could end up being a